Hey everybody, welcome back to The Pressing Matters. I'm Scott. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for your support. Today, I'm very excited to tell you all about the Original Jazz Classic series from Craft Recordings. I'm going to talk a little bit about the new reissue of Workin with the Miles Davis Quintet, talk about some of the upcoming releases, and a little bit about the history of the Original Jazz Classic series, so stay tuned for that. Before I get started, if you're new and haven't already, please consider subscribing. If you like what I do, give me a thumbs up, hit like, subscribe, and notification. You'll be sure to be notified of any new content that comes up. So the Original Jazz Classic series was quite a boon to record collectors, particularly jazz collectors, in the late 80s, early 90s. Never before had so many titles been reissued at such an affordable price. Titles that hadn't been seen in decades, some since their original release. Concord, who owns Craft Recordings, has access or owns all of these original master tapes from these companies. And they've decided to take the Original Jazz Classics concept and up the game a little bit. And they have. In this incarnation of the series, they are doing all analog remastering from the original master tapes by Kevin Gray at Cohearant Audio. They are pressing at RTI. They are presenting them in Stoughton jackets, glossy jackets, and with original labels, rice paper sleeves, and an Obi. And when this arrived, I said, wow, this looks good. This looks very good. I'm very excited about this series. I had an older edition of this. This is from the Analog Productions box set, mastered by Stan Ricker. I didn't do extensive comparisons. A brief listen, and then a listen to this. I felt like this improved upon this one. It's a little less distortion overall, and a bit smoother sound throughout the record. Upcoming titles. Now, there's some interesting things going on there. There are going to be 2 Bill Evans titles in this series. Oh, and by the way, I'll have links to all of the Amazon listings for these titles in the description box below. As always, when you use these links, you're helping out the channel. So if you're thinking of getting any of these, and Amazon is a good place to get a discount on them, use the links below so you can help me out there. But the Bill Evans titles are going to be highly in demand. Watlz for Debby is the main item of interest. Sunday at the Village Vanguard has been reissued several times over the last couple of decades. The last time, I think, being the One Step. And that's unobtainable now, too, for a decent price. So a 33 of either of these would be very welcome. The thing with Watlz for Debby is it hasn't been reissued in like 20 years. And the word around the internet was that the tapes were unusable. And that MoFi had rejected the tape that they were shown, or they were auditioned for their one-step series, and decided not to release Watlz for Debby. Kevin Gray has come out and stated that Watlz for Debby is being mastered from the original master tape. And that is very good news for people that have been clamoring for that record. Also, very interesting news is the Yusef Lateef Eastern Sounds record is coming out in this series as well. I think it's a nice gesture to the people that were pissed off over Kraft's one-step debacle on that record. That was extremely difficult to get. It sold out in literally 30 seconds, I'd say. So that is going to be very interesting. Another interesting point about that one is we have the Bernie Grunman mastering on the one-step, and this will be by Kevin Gray. So very interesting things coming up. There's also a Mal Waldron Sextet. Mal 2 is another title that's coming up from this series. Thelonious Monk and John Coltrane is next up. One thing I can say about this that I found kind of interesting, not controversial, but interesting, and I think I have a theory about why. On the Obi for the Workin with the Miles Davis Quintet, it has a standard kind of statement: all analog mastering from the original master tapes by Kevin Gray at Cohearant Audio. And by now we all know that that's kind of a vague statement. On the 4 that follow these first 2, I noticed they've changed that to say AAA lacquers cut from the original master tapes by Kevin Gray. So I'm theorizing that the first 2 Obis were printed a while ago, and someone probably said, hey, I think we need to be a little clearer about this. After all, these are coming out after MoFi's deception and all that. Clarity and transparency in the sourcing is very, very important. So I think someone thought better and decided to change the wording to reflect the true nature of what these are, and they are AAA lacquers cut from the original master tapes. So that is very good news as well. I can't wait to hear some of these records that are coming out in this series, and I have very, very high expectations for it. I think based on this one, this is going to be a runaway success. And the fact that there's going to be mass distribution, it means that you'll be able to get them for much less than the list price, which is $38. I pre-ordered this with Amazon, as well as all of them actually, and I'm already seeing prices drop, 36, 34. I think I got this for 32. So get on the bandwagon and get them pre-ordered. You don't have to pay up front, but you will get any price drop locked in if it happens before release. So that's a good thing. I've also seen these, I think Craft has a 4-pack bundle for a 15% discount. So that's a good thing too. I think Target and other retailers will be carrying them as well, and they'll be available worldwide. So this won't be an exclusive US one distributor type of thing like the Prestige series, where you can only get them from Analog Productions Acoustic Sounds. This is going to be a more general release, and I think it's a good thing. I think it's a really good thing. And if it stays up to the level of this first reissue, I think we're in for quite a treat. A nice ride down history of jazz with original jazz classics. Let me know what you think about this reissue series. Are you getting any? I think you should jump on those 2 Bill Evans titles. I bet they're going to sell out the first batch pretty quick. So I'm glad I have my pre-orders in on those. I'm very interested to see what happens there. But until next time, I'm Scott for the Pressing Matters. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.